Well, Terry, right now there are 2 suspects in custody. One of them arrested right where I am standing in this parking lot, which just happens to be back behind this fence. And witnesses say the guy got over this thing by, well, doing the obvious thing. He simply jumped over it. We're now over here in the Parkview Apartments. This is where that break-in happened. Follow me back right over here. It was this end corner unit. Now, since our last report, the damage here, it has been fixed, but it was this far window right here, the one we're walking up to, that crooks pushed their way in, grabbed the stuff, and were out of here. What they did not realize, though, was there was a neighbor who saw the whole thing happen. Columbus police now say this all started with an argument between the victim and the shooter. That happened back here on the sidewalk where you see all those orange cones. Since our last report, police have checked under all those, and we can now tell you those are marking 7 shell casings. And it is from that spot where the gunman took aim at this home and bullets flew through that side wall. Police have now expanded their scene here. They have put out additional officers here along Petzinger Road, turning drivers around. This deadly shooting happened just down the street from where we are live. This is as close as we have been able to get. Within the last few minutes, the Columbus Police Mobile Command Unit, that big white RV you see right there, has now arrived here. You know, I can take a pop can and I can crush it pretty easily. The tornado did the exact same thing to those silos. Check that out. And after the tornado bent, twisted, and tore those apart, it moved on to a home with a family inside, and this morning they are all okay after being rescued. The storm came towards us in this direction, took out part of this tree. The chunk that fell is actually big enough, if I balance correctly, I can walk on it. We are right now live along Cleveland Avenue, but I tell you what, you drive on any street in Columbus and I bet you in a matter of seconds you will likely find a pothole. In fact, so far this year, the city has patched 43,733. We have a map to lay it all out for you. Right now, we are live right around this black dot on Stelzer Road. Columbus detectives are looking into break-ins primarily on the east side. As many as 15 crimes in Whitehall could be connected. More cases in Gahanna, in Reynoldsburg, and in Pickerington could also be linked as well. All of this coming together because of a big break police got after the break-ins in this shopping center.
Do you remember the rules?
Like any 11-year-old kid, for Devin Spence, rules,
You don't peek.
sometimes just don't matter.
Don't look. You're cheating.
Okay, not looking.
Neither do
Ding, ding, ding.
odds,
We have a winner.
which is just fine.
Let me see.
With Dad,
Good job.
Sean.
Devin and I have a unique bond. We're making big changes in our lives right now.
Their bond changed on a routine route down U.S. Route 62.
About a year ago now.
911's the address of your emergency.
Yes, there's been a severe accident with injuries. They're going to need an ambulance.
Sean Spence and his sons, Devin and Mason, were all in the car. Licking County Sheriff's investigators say another car hit them head-on after suddenly crossing the center line at 55 miles an hour. Everyone was hurt, but no one worse
So he wasn't showing any signs of
than Sean's oldest boy.
any possible recovery from the injury.
He had trauma that really affected the whole body.
Nationwide children's doctor Carl Gelfius says Devin broke both legs and arm and suffered the worst kind of traumatic brain injury.
He was really in a very extreme situation.
Yeah.
After more than 4 weeks on life support, Devin's dad faced a choice
They were saying that Devin wasn't with us no more. That
of odds.
some families, allow their child to go in peace.
But expectations, like rules, can bend. And one day, unexpectedly, Devin woke up.
They didn't know if Devin would walk, talk, smile, or show emotion. They didn't know what he was going to be able to do, but they thought he'd be a good candidate for rehab.
Good
Oh my gosh, he kills it. And find another spot for your feet.
In twice-a-week sessions, Devin's done what seemed improbable at best
Get ready for basketball.
and impossible at times.
Woohoo!
Here you go. Perfect.
Therapist Sarah Nord has helped him regain cognitive skills, thinking, remembering, and writing.
He is seriously I guess for lack of better words, blowing people away with his abilities and his ability to do.
It's the greatest feeling that you can ever feel, to watch your son triumph over something that many people didn't think that he would be able to do.
The triumph
You try for me, okay?
has been trying. Devon's injured brain struggles with emotions. They change quickly. Encouragement
There you go.
comes constantly.
Nice work. Very good.
There's no I can't. As his dad, it's my job to make sure he bounces back from that.
Those setbacks have created new rules to overcome.
When he does get sick, he's to the point where he can't talk.
Devon gets sick with severe bouts of cyclic vomiting.
Episodes that occur about every 2 weeks where he vomits uncontrollably, and we have to be back in for rehydration. He's went all the way up to 20 days at a time.
This stay pushed Devon's total days in the hospital to nearly 200, and his dad
And I promised him in the car accident that I was never going to leave him, and that's what I
says he
did, so
hasn't missed one.
I'm not going to leave him.
Not an easy promise, he says, to keep as a single dad. Some rules don't budge.
Yeah, we lost my health insurance due to I wasn't able to work full time.
Ready for it?
A recent insurance settlement has helped,
That muscle looks like the Rock.
along with the muscle of several state healthcare programs.
My dad just lied.
The crash report shows the driver responsible for the wreck was then 18-year-old Ethan McNabb. He told investigators he does not remember how it happened. He got a traffic ticket for 2 misdemeanors, paid a roughly $140 fine, and did not return my calls.
I couldn't tell you what's enough, what's not. I know that day was horrible. Here they come.
Determination to move on
Good job, good job, good job.
made Devon a patient champion at the Nationwide Children's Hospital Columbus Marathon.
Hey, Devon never gave up! You don't need to give up!
I am so proud of you.
More challenges are certain down the road.
We take it day by day, and that's all we can do, just love each other and keep growing and building that bond that we've built.
A bond that beat the odds and kept one rule unbroken.
Just caring for one another. That's what we do.
Mike McCarthy,
Bye.
ABC 6 News. Some homecomings are planned well in advance. Then there's ones like this.
Pretty much bringing back home
Lieutenant J.G. Bias.
naval officer that got killed.
Lieutenant Steve Bias died just more than a week ago.
Pretty much volunteered for a civilian mission over in Afghanistan.
Killed in action for an improvised explosive device.
More than 50 riders, most with the Ohio Patriot Guard, showed their condolences and support this morning.
We're going to escort him and his family from the Columbus airport over to Wellston, Ohio, to his home.
Not a quick trip.
I'm thinking it's about 80 miles, but I'm not 100% sure. I know we've got a great contingent of police that'll be escorting us all the way there.
But a trip to reflect upon.
His ultimate sacrifice to preserve our freedoms is why I'm here today.
Many riding today didn't personally know the man they're riding for, but took his sacrifice personally.
I served 4 years in the Army, so kind of hit home with me.
My son's stationed in Afghanistan right now, so I'm doing whatever I can to show support.
There is no sadder time than having to bury a loved one from the war. So if we can bring a little ray of sunshine into their gloomy day, then that makes everything worthwhile.
No one expected this homecoming would come so soon, but it's one no one here could miss.
It's the highest honor there is.
Every now and then, something comes along. Not even a grandma can love.
This weather stinks. That's what about this weather.
Complaints accumulate with any weather. But this week, whining has crossed boundaries.
Feel like Alaska to me.
Or the North Pole.
What's that other cold state?
It's just felt like another planet.
This winter has hurt.
You alright? It's been awful.
It's the worst winter in a long time.
She's seen the signs. Okay, this one's broken, but temperatures have tumbled.
I hate it. Too cold.
Record cold. Thermometers haven't fallen below zero this often in 25 years.
The wind is the worst thing.
And other records have been blown.
Snow, a lot of it.
So much.
And it packs.
So fast.
And luckily, we're not falling in on our butt.
It's one of the snowiest winters ever recorded in Columbus.
Come on, summer.
You sure?
Summer's got to get here soon.
It's gonna be way better than this.
Our memory can be so short. To prove it, here's a throwback to some warmer weather. Welcome back to the melty days of summer. And be careful with those weather wishes. So often when you get what you want,
It's just hot.
you end up wanting something else.
It's borderline too hot.
It's not the sun, it's the humidity. It's been so miserable that I just want to drown myself in water.
And last summer was nothing. Not even in the top 50 hottest. What would you say to the people of winter who are saying, I want it to be hot?
Well, I was one of those people. So I think they're going to be not pleased.
It's too bad we just can't brush away any unwelcome weather. Turns out though, when it comes to temperatures, humans really aren't too tough. In fact, experts at Ohio State say our comfort zone is only between 64 and 80 degrees. Anything warmer or colder, we tend not to like it. Still, you can't stop it. So common sense says find a reason to be thankful any season. In the winter, you can bundle up. And in the summer, a little water or a little more can help. But don't take it from me.
Oh, it's too hot, it's too cold. That's bull crap.
We in Columbus. That's how the weather is. 1 minute it's sunny, the next minute it's freezing.
A forecast maybe it's time to warm up to. Mike McCarthy, ABC 6 News.